No, you're Tajuan Mack.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Mack, we've had issues with you and your drug patch now. I can't even tell you how many times, countless number of times. You were here not that long ago. Hold on. You were here. I told you last time you were here that I didn't care what it took for you to have a testable patch on when you went back to have it tested. I got an email from Johnny's Auto dated last Thursday, the 25th, where it says you came in without a testable patch on, you claim it fell off, they put a new one on you, and they will update us. So you went in without a testable patch last week, is that right?
No, ma'am. I'm not even with Johnny's no more. I get my patch from Al Reed.
They test you, Al Reed tested you?
Yeah.
So you didn't go to Johnny's?
Oh,
When did you go to Al
Do you
Reed?
want me to call Al Reed?
Call Al Reed and call Johnny's too. Why would they send us an email that says, do you have a patch on right now? When did you get it?
Thursday? Friday?
Okay, from where?
Al Reed.
From his office?
Yes, ma'am.
Aren't they in the same building?
Or he might, because Al probably uses Johnny's. Did you have a patch on when you went to see Al Reed last week?
Answer this. Al.
Answer yes or no. Are you, tell me the truth, because we're going to get to the bottom of it right now. You had a testable patch on last week.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you had a patch on. I don't know if it's testable or not. He's
I gave it to him to test, so yeah.
Did they take it off your arm,
Yes, ma'am.
or you handed it to them?
No, they said that, like, I feel it and she get the little tweezers and she take it right.
That happened last Thursday.
Yes, ma'am. I owe Johnny some money on my previous patch.
What?
I owe Johnny some money.
Okay, but that's not what they're saying, so I need to find out why they're saying specifically with regard to you that you went in without a patch on.
almost, bro. I didn't know. Did you check with probation?
Probation doesn't have anything to do
Well,
with
if you get drug testing in court.
I'm tired of doing that. It's what I've done every time we've been here. I'm not going to keep doing that. We're going to either have patches that work or he keeps on or not. I just got to see why they sent this email. All right, we got to get our jury seated. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let Anna work on figuring this out with talking to Johnny's and Al Reed. I'm going to have you guys back here. Plan on being back this coming Monday. I'm going to reset it to Monday. If it gets worked out and I don't need y'all here, we'll send you a new reset for a different day. But plan on being back in 1 week, and that way, if something happens, we'll figure it out. But we're going to talk to Johnny's. We're going to talk to Al Reed.
I could just wait. I mean, wait.
I got to get a jury seated.
All right.
We're already at 2 o'clock and I've had a jury waiting for an hour, so. What'd you,
The bondsman said they've been putting it on him since August 25th. I
Okay.
talked to Johnny.
call Johnny's.
Date on that.
That's all right. All right, y'all can go.
What's the date on
We'll send you a reset. It was last week. I said 9:25. All right, y'all can go.
All right, thank you.
Have it done, Your Honor.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have probably.
There's another one over here.
Can y'all,
Well, this,
He didn't log me out.
okay.
Yeah, it's all there.
what is, plea barking on a Brian Mitchell still on my tab. What did I do on that?
Just to take a fingerprint.
It's a rejection. It's something Brian filled it out.
Yeah, right, it's gonna be right.
It's Burbank, but it's only pre-trial.
And I already did it and numbered it.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Okay, I'm sending it back.
Right.
And the fire, back. Seriously, I got the judgment.
Why?
And it's on you.
Right.
What are you doing?
Mercy.
If you want mercy, please open it.
How about a cat? Okay. So just bleed over.
So we're going on the lesser attempted Class A. You got your own.
That's the forfeiture and just go through.
No, I'm not being honest, it's a lot.
Does the attendant take it down to the next
Yes, ma'am, Class A. Okay, on Roland Guillory, again, you're Roland Guillory. And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Will, Your Honor.
Mr. Guillory, in cause number 24, DCCR 1568, the state is elected to proceed on the Class A misdemeanor lesser offense of attempted endangering a child from March 15th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with?
Yes, ma'am.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as Exhibit Number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Ms. Holmes?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you fully understand
Yes,
them?
ma'am. Yes.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 2-year deferred adjudicated probation. There would be a $500 fine. You would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Part of this agreement also is to forfeit the weapon, which I've already signed that order, and also to have psychological evaluation and to follow all of the recommended treatment. Do you understand?
Yes.
And are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Any evidence that Mr. Guillory is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of your plea, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I am going to get a pre-sentence report done on this case. I am going to ask Kristen if this is something that you guys can kind of do in maybe 4 weeks instead of 6, and then we'll come back for sentencing. A condition of bond between now and then, a couple of things that we've already talked about, but now that we're going through this, this, I'm going to make sure everybody's on the same page, is that you're not to have any unsupervised visits with your child. That's so you can still have them do whatever, like we talked about, so that I can get that pre-sentence report and see what's going on. Also, you need to immediately get an appointment with Spindletop. Hopefully you will have time to go to that appointment before the next court date. Bring documentation of anything you've done, any medication they've prescribed and things like that. And then at that court date, depending on what all that shows, then we'll get back to, at some point, I'm sure fairly quickly, you having your son again. But I just want to make sure everything is on track and that you are in a good position as well as your son.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom, and she's sitting at that desk right over there, okay? All right, we'll see you back at sentencing. Good morning, you're Caitlin Talmore. And Ms. Talmore, were you able to get a lawyer hired? All right, who'd you talk to?
I wasn't able to talk to anybody because at the moment I don't have a job and I cannot.
Speak up.
I said I wasn't able to talk to anyone at the moment. I don't have a job. I can't.
Okay, but I told you last time to talk to some no matter what. Go talk to 3 lawyers, so at least you know what they charge. You can,
Yes.
right? Isn't that what we talked about?
Yes.
Okay. So where have you been trying to get a job?
If it was possible, yes. Yes, I am.
Okay, like where?
HEB, Burlington. I fill out applications to Walmart, Lowe's. I have a few, basically different places.
Yeah, okay. I'll look at something real quick. All right, so what I'm going to do, Ms. Talmore, is have you fill out some paperwork this morning to see if you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. You need to fill it out accurately and completely. You're going to swear under oath that everything contained in it is true and correct. If you'll step in front of the clerk down there, she'll give you that paperwork. All right, Ms. Butcher. Sorry we made you wait so long. I hear that you were a little disappointed in the back.
I'm scared. I've never been to prison.
Yeah, well, based on everything that I've already said, based on the fact that you stood here and told different stories about every single thing you said, based on the fact that you've already lost a baby and you're lucky you didn't lose this one, and who knows what's going to happen with this one because you were using drugs, based on the fact that you got felonies while you were on a felony probation, based on the fact that this lady here was trying to help you. You already left the place that you were given an opportunity to go to. Does probation have anything else to add, Ms. Kaur?
Judge, just that I'm really concerned about the non-compliances she's had at the jail.
Same.
I'm really concerned about that.
So here's what I'm going to do, Ms. Butcher. In cause number 24, DCCR 1732, I feel like you've given me no choice but to make sure that your child and children are safe and that the community's safe. I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1, 4, 5, 6, and 7 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. In 24 DCCR 1732, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of burglary of a habitation. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 10 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. In cause number 24 DCCR 1733, I'm going to find those counts true, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of unauthorized use of a vehicle, sentence you to a term of 2 years in the state jail prison. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm going to need that signed. These cases will run concurrently, which means together at the same time.
Why would you separate me from my kid?
You separated yourself from your
This
kid.
is my first time being in prison.
Let me tell you,
Yeah, I've been in jail
listen,
4 months.
I got 10 more years I can add. Hold on, you're not going anywhere. Hold on, you're not done.
That's not right.
I'm handing you the trial court certification. You had chances. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was not an agreement. You do have some rights to appeal. You can talk to Mr. Rojas about that. I'm also handing you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term. You should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. You need to sign that, and I'll give you a copy of it. If you had showed me that you could behave in our jail, there might have been some other things that I would consider, but
Thank you.
there you go. You can go back with the bailiff.
Thank you so much for separating me from my kids.
Harder than others. All right, are you Ashley Faye?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Faye was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the third-degree felony offense. Well, and it was a state jail that was enhanced to a third degree of credit debit card abuse. The agreement was for a cap of 5 years. And I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the report?
We have, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any additions or corrections?
Just a comment as to what Ms. Faye's comments were, Judge. It appears that she's not taking responsibility. I spoke with her about that. I think
I was just kind of confused at the way it was worded. I didn't know what, I was never really truly told like the specific on the case, like.
Did you use somebody else's credit or debit card?
It was me and my friend did.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't understand how she worded it.
Okay.
But yes, I did.
Okay.
that's the only correction I had, Judge.
Any corrections, Mr.
Nothing that I
Nichols?
saw, Your Honor.
Also, in addition to that report, I have received just not, looks like a few pages of jail incident reports that I've reviewed as well. Has everyone received those?
We have, Your Honor.
All right, you may proceed with the argument.
Yeah, Judge, I think looking at her criminal history, it doesn't scream that this is somebody that deserves a chance on probation. That's what she's asking for, however. If you look at her comments on page 4, she's asking for Santa Maria. We've already talked about that a little bit this morning. She's indicated to the probation officer that she doesn't have an issue with drugs. She wants to go to Santa Maria for, I guess they've got a kind of like a cognitive track there also. But obviously, looking at the PSI report and everything that's in it, if they can give her help with drugs there, then that's certainly something that would be beneficial to her. She's ready, I think, to stop going to prison. She's realized that that's not something that she wants to continue to do. She's put herself in that position again today. But speaking with her, she's really ready to turn her life around. And regardless of what you do here today, Judge, she's asking for probation, but even if you send her to prison, I think she's made up her mind finally that this will be the last time that she comes into court for any kind of felony offenses. She's really hoping that you would give her the opportunity to go to Santa Maria and get that the tools that she needs to make the better decisions in her life.
When did you get off parole?
January.
January of this year?
Yes, ma'am.
So you committed these offenses. You got off parole and you thought, let's do it.
Actually, Judge, the offensive date predates her.
Oh, so you were on parole. There we go. I was looking at that possession of controlled substance that hadn't been filed. So you were on parole. Mr. Nichols?
Judge, I'd urge the full range of the cap based on her criminal history.
Bless you.
In addition to the state jail priors that are listed in the indictment, there's also a burglary conviction.
Yeah, she got 7 years. That's the one she was
That's
on parole
correct.
for. So you've been convicted of a burglary of a habitation, a theft of a firearm, previous theft, got probations on all of those, even at different times. It looks like you were on probation for the burglary and the theft of a firearm, and then someone, potentially me, I don't know whose court that was in, but here, left you on probation and gave you 2 probations on those new thefts, and then you violated all that after getting those, and now you're here. Okay. All right, Ms. Fay, okay, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of credit or debit card abuse. Find those prior offenses, convictions true. Going to sentence you to a term of 5 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You're lucky that you got the cap. Mr. Rojas did a good job. It's rare that you're going to get rewarded for more bad behavior. You already got a 7-year sentence. You probably should be getting worse than that instead of going down. So you will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I've also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk with Mr. Rojas. Good luck to you, ma'am. You can go back with the bailiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to step down just for a quick break, and I'll come back in and take care of Ms. Butcher. Good morning, ma'am. You're Edmund A. Latulis. And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
She will, Your Honor.
Ms. Latulis, in cause number 24, DCCR 2057, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of abandoning or endangering a child, and that is from June 14th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they've charged you with? I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you sign these, did you go over them with Ms. Holmes?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them? Speak up, please.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 5-year deferred adjudicated probation. There would be a $300 fine. You would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation, including any referrals for any type of emotional support or counseling that you need. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation? Mr. Frazier, can you hold it down, please? That your plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law.
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Latulis is not
No,
competent?
Your Honor.
And
Judge,
do we need to get a PSI just so we know what all needs to? I think so too. All right, ma'am. So I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case so the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll just give me more information about you and your case, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right there, okay? All right, we'll see y'all back at sentencing. Thank you. All right, are you Tiffany Elair?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Elair, this is your initial appearance in cause number 25, DCCR 1002. You're charged with the state jail felony offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle, and that's from June 3rd of 2025. Since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
It's for court-appointed attorney.
Right. So when you're in custody, we automatically give you a court-appointed attorney. But if you make bond, I expect you at least try to hire your own lawyer. So what I'll do is reset your case for about 30 days to give you some time to try to hire someone. If you get someone hired before the next court date, just bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer. They'll tell you what to do. If you're unable to hire someone before the next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts, they have different payment plans, and bring me back the names of the lawyers that you've talked to so I know you're trying, and we'll discuss your options. If you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following that court order, and you would have to go back to jail. Do you understand? All right, step in front of the clerk. She'll give you your reset notice. Good morning.
How you doing, ma'am?
Good. Are you Brian Battle?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Battle, this is your initial appearance. Let me get it pulled up. In cause number 25, DCCR 1050. The computer knows it's Monday. You're charged with the 3rd-degree felony offense of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle from July 10th of 2025. And since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
Yes, ma'am.
You have? Did you hire someone?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So what I do, Mr. Battle, since you just got out of jail and made that bond, is I'm going to reset your case for about 30 days to give you some time to try to hire a lawyer. If you get a lawyer hired before the next court date, then bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer, and they'll tell you what to do. If you're unable to hire someone before the next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts, they have different payment plans. Bring me back the names of the lawyers that you've talked to so that I know you're trying, and then we'll discuss your options. If you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following the court order, and you would go back to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you'll step in front of the clerk, she'll give you your reset notice. Mr. Smith on Mykesha Victoria. Good morning, are you Mykesha Victoria? And this is 24 DCCR 2331. Ms. Victoria is charged with tampering or fabricating physical evidence. And what is the announcement?
Yes, Your Honor, I did have an appointment scheduled with Ms. Victoria, but she missed it. She was not able to get off of work, so I have not met with her.
Okay.
I also realized that I was appointed to represent both her and a co-defendant, so I
Okay.
guess I may need them to sign those waivers. I was appointed to her and Nakia Brandon.
Have you had have you visited with Ms. Brandon?
Mr. Brandon,
Mr.
yes.
Brandon,
And
you've
he was-
already visited with him?
Yes, I visited with him.
Okay, so why don't I do this, just to make it clean,
Okay.
is I'm going to remove you from Ms. Victoria's case, leave you on Mr. Brandon's case.
Okay.
Ms. Victoria will appoint someone else this morning. If you'll just have a seat here in the courtroom, the clerk will call you up and let you know who your new attorney is, okay? All right.
Is that the only codependent? Is there only one codependent?
No, it's,
No, there's 2. There's
Well, I need to know.
Nakia Brandon and Almeda Miles.
Almeda is in custody. She's already pled.
She pled July 22nd.
We don't, it doesn't matter, we need to know who the attorneys are, and just what the names are. It doesn't show up for some reason anymore when there are co-defendants. So, that's okay, y'all take, if y'all will help
And no, it
Kelly,
wasn't me, 'cause
please.
I know I didn't represent her.
Good morning, are you Lisa Pratt?
I am.
So, Ms. Pratt, your case was set yesterday and you weren't here. You're here on an initial, do you have your drug patch on?
Yeah.
You do? When'd you get it?
The day before I left jail, which was, 2 weeks ago.
All right, have a seat in the jury box. I'm going to have you tested this morning because that's not the information we got from Johnny's Auto. Have a seat.
Okay.
Lance Charbino.
Some kind of injection. Sign that, like the dealer's name, you don't Thank you. We have done the dealer's name, and she'll let you know when to come back.
Good morning. You're Lance Charbino?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Charbino, did you get someone hired?
No, ma'am, but I have been speaking to him, and I went and met up with a Pierce Rappin. He's looks like $500 down. I got $2,700 saved up. And then I also talked to Corey Crenshaw again, and Michael here, Longdale.
Uh-huh.
And didn't get off till 11 o'clock last night for work, and I got all my paperwork at home for Pierce, and I was gonna show it to you that I've already made a payment for him, but he wants that full $3,500 down before.
And what's his name again?
Pierce.
Pierce?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the last name?
Rappin.
Rappin?
Pierce A. Rappin.
R-A-P-I-N? Where is
Yes,
he?
ma'am, he's out of Lake Charles.
Okay, and he practices over here
Yes,
in
ma'am.
Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
So will you, you've been coming a few times, if I give you one more reset, you'll be able to get him
Yes,
or
ma'am.
someone hired? All right, so this will be the last one. You need to get him or someone else hired before that next court date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Step in front of the clerk.